All right, letter G. I need to multiply these two, and I'm going to use the distributive property. And again, the important thing is make sure each term multiplies every other term. So 2x times x squared becomes 2x cubed. Okay? 2x times minus 3x becomes minus 6x. 2x times negative 2 becomes minus, oh, sorry, I meant to say that there's a 6x squared here because it was 2x times negative 3x. Then 2x times negative 2 is minus 4x. Okay. Then I'm going to do 2 times x squared. I need to do the second term. So 2 times x squared, so it's going to be plus 2x squared. And then let's see, 2 times negative 3x is minus 6x, and then minus 4 when I multiply the last one. Now, combining like terms, I see that I have a minus 6x squared and a plus 2x squared, which is going to be minus 4x squared. Let's just make sure we get that in there. And then 4x plus minus 6, negative 4x minus 6x is going to be minus 10x. So I combined these terms and these terms together. Now, wasn't it kind of a pain to have to go back and find the right terms to combine? There's another method of doing this known as the vertical method that actually makes it really handy to make sure you get all of your like terms added. You don't ever have to use the vertical method unless a problem tells you to. It is a good method to keep in mind, though. So, how do we set this up? If I do 5x minus 2 times x squared minus 3x minus 2 using the vertical method. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my trinomial on top and my binomial underneath. And it's going to look like this. Here's x squared minus 3x minus 2. Here's 5x minus 2. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is multiply this 5x, my first term. This almost looks like a long multiplication problem. Except I'm going to start on the left and work my way to the right. So I'm going to take this 5x times each term in the top term. What's that going to look like? Well, first I'm going to start with 5x. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let's go up here. So it's going to start with 5x cubed, 5x times x squared, minus 15x squared, 3x times 5x. There's a minus sign there, plus 4. Whoop, hold on a second. Oh, what am I doing? No, minus 10x because it's 5x times negative 2. My first term times the last term over here. So minus 10x. And then down below, I'm going to multiply negative 2 times each of these terms. So it's going to be minus 2x squared. Notice I'm going to line it up so that that's right below the other x squared term. I'm going to do that on purpose. Minus 6x. I'm sorry, plus 6 because it's minus 2 times negative 3x. So it's plus 6x and then plus 4 because it's minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4. And now I just add straight down. So my final answer is going to be 5x cubed because there's nothing to add to 5x cubed minus 17x squared because it's 15x squared minus negative 15x squared minus 2x squared. Negative 10x plus 6x is minus 4x plus 4. And that's my answer. All right, let's see if I got these two right. So here is my first distributive for everyone. 2x cubed minus 4x minus 10x minus 4. And this one is 5x cubed minus 17x squared minus 4x plus 4. All right, on to Felipe. He is adding a rectangular porch to his house. The length of the porch is x plus 6. The width is x squared plus 4x minus 2. What is the area of the porch? Why, this is a multiplying polynomials problem. It's going to look like this if I set it up using the vertical method. X squared plus 4x minus 2, my trinomial on top. X plus 6, my binomial on the bottom. And then I'm just going to multiply. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. All right, now I do the 6 times each thing. 6 times x squared is 6x squared. Let's see, 6 times 4x is 24x. And then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Then I add straight down. X cubed plus 10x squared. Let's see, plus 22x minus 12. And that is the polynomial I get when I multiply those two together. Here's the answer. Let me just check. It looks like it's all right. The only thing I was missing was my label. I'll just go ahead and put that on. It's inches squared. All right, and that is how you multiply polynomials. You are ready to do numbers 1 through 34 next time.